Hey, I'm Jeff Baumgartner with Light Reading Cable. I'm pleased to be joined by Jeff Finkelstein with Cox Communications. So Jeff, we're here at the event, and DOCSIS 3.1 is a big topic, and the idea of delivering multi-gigabit services to the home over existing HFC. But in addition to speed and capacity, I mean, what's kind of the biggest benefit for with DOCSIS 3.1?
Well, the biggest benefit for DOCSIS 3.1 is that it is the next logical step in where we have been growing DOCSIS for the past 15 years. That what DOCSIS 3.1 gives us is not just the multi-gigabit capabilities, but it also gives us the ability to overcome more impairments in the plant. We've introduced a number of new technologies, for example, OFDM, which is very good at dealing with linear type impairments. We're upgrading the FEC from Reed-Solomon to LDPC, low density parity check, which gives us another 20 to 30% gain. So even in the existing plant, just by enabling these two technologies, we're going to get a very good boost in the amount of bandwidth that is available through DOCSIS.
Okay, and walk me through some of the potential deployment scenarios here, or migrations, because you have a lot of DOCSIS 3.0 rolled out now. So how do you kind of start to merge those worlds together and get 3.1 alongside 3.0?
Well, what we're focusing on with the initial 3.1 discussions is on the CPE, so the equipment that goes in the consumer home. I mean, we're looking at the whole protocol, of course, but by focusing on getting the CPE out as soon as we can, because there is backwards compatibility with DOCSIS 3.0, we'll be able to deploy these initial devices, these hybrid devices, and put them into a 3.0 only mode. As we free up additional bandwidth, we'll be able to start swapping them over to DOCSIS 3.1.
Okay.
So that and each chunk of bandwidth becomes available. We'll then be able to have not only the DOCSIS 3.0 and bonded channels, but we'll be able to add to those bonding groups the new DOCSIS 3.1 carriers as well. So we'll get an even bigger performance gain.
Right. As far as those carriers go, here at the event, we had asked about how much spectrum do you actually have to free up for DOCSIS 3.1, and I think the number that was mentioned was like 24 megahertz. So why is that the magic number?
Well, a little bit of background, so that the actual block, the FFT block as we call it, is 192 megahertz.
Okay.
That is subdivided into either 25 kilohertz or 50 kilohertz wide subcarriers. Now, the reason we chose 24 megahertz as being sort of table stakes for getting into the DOCSIS 3.1 game is because in Europe, we have 8 megahertz wide carriers, and in the US, we have 6 megahertz wide carriers. So 24 is a logical common denominator for the two different carrier widths that we have.
Okay, good deal. Okay, well, great. Well, Jeff, thanks for your time today and walking us through what's ahead for DOCSIS 3.1.
Oh, you're very welcome, Jeff.
Right.
Thank you for asking me.
Sure.